Bake It with Betty.
Hello, welcome to Bake It with Betty. Today we are going to be making Cynthia's recipe of sugar cookies that we do make at Christmas time, but every day is Christmas in my household. So we're going to do some evergreen decorations with some royal icing on Cynthia's sugar cookies. The recipe for the cookies is very easy and it makes so many cookies. So fair warning, if you want to use a little bit of it, wrap the rest up a bit, freeze it for the next season that you're feeling ready to make some iced cookies. Let's get into it. So I have 1 cup of butter here, cubed and at room temp. And I have 1 cup of sugar here that I'm gonna sift into this bowl, and then we're gonna cream the butter and sugar together. I'm just gonna sift the sugar in there, get rid of the giblets, and we're gonna cream it together. I would like you to note my bigger bowl. It's not see-through, so you can't see what I'm doing, but hopefully it's not gonna go everywhere, but hey, haha, no promises. Oh yeah. Now that we've creamed the butter and sugar together, I'm just gonna scrape down the side. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. You gotta get all the good stuff, you know what I mean? Very important part. Oh yeah, I love this consistency. We love to see it. That is some butter and sugar right there. Yummy, yum, yum, yum. Now we're gonna put in as much vanilla as you freaking want, you crazy kid. That's a cap, maybe. They're like supposed to be vanilla cookies, so I'm gonna be generous. And 1 egg. Now this is something I learned from the Great British Bake Off, my favorite show of all time. If your egg and your butter are different temperatures, so for me, both my butter and my eggs living in the fridge, if your butter is room temperature and your egg is cold, your batter can split. So you wanna make sure that you prepare and either pull out your ingredients prior to baking, or is to take a dish towel, put it under really hot water, wring some of it out, but make sure that it's kind of a steaming little dish towel, and wrap it around your bowl to kind of either warm up your egg in the mixture or the butter in there to make it the right temperature so that it comes back together and isn't split anymore. Now that all of our wet ingredients are together, we're gonna sift in our dry ingredient. Trusty sifter, you know I freaking love my sifter. There are 2 3/4 cups of flour in this mixture, lots of flour. Just ran out of flour for this mixture, so prepare yourself. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And Cynthia's recipe does not call for salt, but when I'm making really sweet stuff, I like to put at least 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Here's my salt, baking powder, baking soda. I'm going to sift in my flour in 2 batches. And we'll see, I might mix it by hand, but we're gonna try mixing it with the mixer first. Maybe another third. I think I kind of did it in thirds. Now that it resembles this crumbly mix, I'm gonna scrape the sides down and use my hands, really get in there to bring it all together into our beautiful dough. Our dough is slowly but surely coming together. We should make pastizzis one time on here. Pastizzis are something that I grew up on. They're a Maltese pastry, savory pastry. And my mom used to take me to this Maltese shop that sold pastizzis in Sydney. Whenever we went over to this area for my cello lessons, on the way back we would come home and get pastizzis on the way. And then I married a Maltese fella. All right. Now this baby is gonna go in the fridge because she's feeling a little, I don't wanna say wet, but she definitely needs to rest for a second. Love toss. I'm gonna separate it into 2 batches to put in the fridge so we can be working with one while the other rests. Yeah, you like that? All right, she's going in the fridge. Lorf toss, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Lorf toss. I think that was our least successful loaf toss to date. The worst part about living on a tour bus is probably like the quality of sleep. I don't know, some people love it. I'm kind of a pirate, so like the swaying of I can't sleep on the bus until we're moving. The second the bus takes off in the middle of the night, I am out cold. So I guess, I mean, you don't sleep great, even when I'm out cold. You wake up feeling a little bit like, what year is it? The best part, to be on a tour bus with all my best friends, having the time of my life, playing Mario Kart until 4 in the morning. It's like any adult's dream. So we're ready to work with our dough. I'm gonna put some parchment paper down because this is my trusty trick to be able to get the dough back off and onto the pan in the right shape. So I'm going to roll out our fella. I have these 2 adorable cookie cutters, which feel very non-seasonal and fun. And I'm actually gonna make these for a friend's birthday, so this is what I think about her. So I'm just gonna start going crazy. Peeling away all of the stuff around it. Use it again, re-roll it. Oh, I very much look forward to having some guest stars. I think we'll start doing that soon. That's my trick. See, just with the, you've seen it and you've seen me do it before, I'll do it again. Now that we've cut all these out and we're gonna put them on our tray, then we're gonna stick this in the fridge to cool, because if you put them in as they're warm into the oven, they're just gonna like melt and explode and expand everywhere. But once they're in the fridge or freezer and you put them in kind of like that, it keeps its shape better. Would I ever come back to Broadway? Hell yeah, of course. I loved it. Loved every second of it. Maybe not every second, but most of it. I really loved it. Rinse and repeat, a little bit more flour. And you're obviously trying to get it to be, you know, an even thickness, but that's not something I'm actually really great at. It's about the love that goes into the cookie. What are we watching right now? What's my favorite TV show right now? It's probably The Crown. Although the way that I am jacked up for Bridgerton season 3, I am frothing for it. Nicola be having her moment. Lady Whistledown herself. I'm a Nicola stan. Penelope. Yeah, I really love Bridgerton. I love a period piece. Also love me some period smut, baby. Okay, we've got our 2 final cookies completing our tray. They're so freaking cute! So we're gonna put these in the freezer for a couple minutes. You just want them to be like cool to the touch, and then we're gonna toss that in the oven at 375, and I watch these really closely, so I would say between, depending on your oven, between 6 and 10 minutes. So I keep a watchful eye. While the cookies are baking, we're gonna make our icing. Today we're making a royal icing that is a liquid icing as it goes on, and then you decorate with it, and then it will dry. So a lot of royal icing calls for meringue powder, and I don't even know what that is. I've never even seen it at a grocery store. The one time I had to go find it, I went to Michael's, a craft store. So wild vibe. This is my preferred royal icing. In here, I have 2 cups of icing sugar. I have 2 tablespoons of liquid egg whites that I'm just gonna add right in there. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of lemon juice to cut through that sweetness, because these cookies can get really sweet. And you know, I like to make pseudo sweet things so I can eat 100 of them. These are like 2 cookies and I'm like, I have also been known to eat 100 of them and get sick on eating them. So do whatever works for you. So I'm just gonna add my egg whites right in here. And I kind of just add as much lemon juice as I think it needs until it's the right consistency. And if you don't like lemon, if you're not a lemon girly, can't imagine. But if you're not a lemon girly, you can just use water. A seed got in there. I save you. And I think today I'm gonna do 2 colors. I'm really starting to not trust this recipe because this is not liquidy enough, so I've just got some hot water I'm gonna add. Warm water. Okay, this is better. So I'm gonna do 2 colors, but you can go crazy to your heart's absolute content. So I'm gonna split this icing into 2 bowls so I can color them. Something to keep in mind with flood icing too is that it will dry on you. So if you're not working with it consistently, keep an eye on it. You wanna keep it moving and grooving. Now I have some pastel colors here that I'm gonna experiment with. We'll see if it turns out ugly or gorgeous. I'm gonna go blue and pink because I think those are gonna look nice together. We'll start with a little, because you can always add more, but you can't take away. And we're gonna see what happens. Turns out, that didn't do anything at all. Let's see what happened to the blue. The blue is a little more pigmented, so you think it's probably could have a little more kick to it. And a little bit more blue. We're gonna add a lot more pink. And I'll tell you that pink is doing absolutely nothing. I'm sure I'll put the whole bottle in here. Oh my God. Maybe the blue has to be the more aggressive color because that pink is just so light. Yeah, I'm liking this blue. I don't mind that combo. I had higher hopes for the pink, but this is where we're at. I'm gonna give it one more chance to be the woman I knew she could be. Yeah, okay. Now I learned this trick on Great British Bake Off. We're gonna take 2 glosses, put my 2 piping bags. If you don't have piping bags, in a pinch you can use like a Ziploc bag. It's not as convenient, but it'll do the trick. Pull the top over the glass, which I'm having trouble doing. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna pour each of my icings into the piping bags. There's one. We're gonna swap them out. Oh, made a mess. Flip the top of it open, look at that. And then we're gonna close it off so that it doesn't dry on us while we're working with it. So you wanna make sure there's no air stuck in there and then just give it a little twistaroo. Now we're ready to get decorating. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we're gonna have fun together. I have my toothpicks for decorating with the flat icing. I have my baked cookies here that have cooled and are ready to be decorated. Which one should we start with? Let's do this one right here. And I'm gonna take this. She's a little misshapen, I love her. And I think my base is gonna be the blue because the pink will be dry. I have to cut the tip off of this piping bag, and if I cut it too big, this whole thing is gonna be ruined. So the tiniest, I want it to be so small, whisper. Let's see if it's enough. Yeah, there we go. That looks right. Let's give this a try. Just gonna go around the edge of it. Oh yeah, this is all about the overhead shot, baby. You're gonna like this. Oh no. Okay, so now I'm just gonna fill in. You're gonna see my vision, all right? We're just gonna do some, in honor of Bridgerton season 3, we're gonna do some Lady Featherington feathering. Oh, I fucked it up on the corner, but that's okay. We take a trusty toothpick, and we just use it to clean up our mess. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So now, the idea is we just go straight across in a line. Oops, let's make it a consistent line if we can. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty cute. It's happened, we're feathering. This is a feathering technique. It's not the best one that's ever been done, but it's not the worst. Okay, honestly, not horrible. Okay, I could sit here and decorate for hours, which is probably what I'm gonna do once we cut because I have so much icing and so many more cookies to do, but this is a pretty good place to stop for us. I think they turned out really cute. They're obviously not professional and most of them are still drying. Once they're dry, they're ready to serve. Careful when you're stacking them if you're taking them over to a potty because they don't, if you put something on top of them, the icing will get messed up. I'm nervous to try one because I feel like it's gonna taste like Christmas and I'm gonna be This one's pretty. I like the color of the cookie. The flood icing outside is a little messy, but the feathering is pretty nice. Oh my God, gotta put the lemon in the icing. That's a must for me. Like they're so sweet and decadent and delicious. But without that lemon in there, I think it would just be like pure sugar and the little bit of that citrus. It doesn't even taste like lemon. It just balances it out in such a nice way. Uh-oh. Gonna eat 1,000 of these. Friends in LA, I'm driving these over to your house tonight because I can't be trusted with them. Hey! Ha! Thanks for watching Bake It with Betty. Tune in next time. Who knows what crazy stuff we're gonna get into. Okay, look at me.
Bake it with Betty.